I'm Leke from Explosive Multimedia. In this video, we are going to dive straight to the world of gain staging. And this is one of the crucial aspects of signal flow and sound production. I'm going to be guiding you through. When you're ready, let's start. It is generally accepted that gain staging is the process of managing your signal level, which is actually the ratio of your input signal to the output signal. And this only can be achieved through your frequency response. And in this video, we're going to check everything you need to know on how to manage your signal flow and how to make sure you gain stage each channel very well. All right, the first thing you want to do after the setup is to make sure that you set your gain stage for each channel, and that will allow you to have the flexibility and stability in your signal flow. So for the sake of this video, we are using Behringer XL 1600 to demonstrate how to set up a gain stage. And firstly, you want to identify the gain, the PFL, but we have it as solo on this, then the meter. You know, to set up your gain stage, you want to have a frequency response between plus or minus 3, and we have almost all the mixer starts from 0 upward, then 0 downward. That means 0 plus 1 plus 2 to infinity, then 0 minus 1 minus 2 to infinity. So the first thing you want to do is to tell your vocals to start talking, and that is what I do. I turn everything now and tell them to start talking even without my volume slider. And just as I've said earlier on, your volume slider is never your gain, and your gain will never double as your volume slider. There are two different things that must be treated differently. Okay, the first thing is your gain allow you to have the signal level, then put it in a particular ratio or range, then you don't have to really come back there. Maybe you have your band changing their setup or something, that is when you need to touch your gain. So I want to identify my gain, my PFL, my meter. So once I did that, I'll start by saying, okay, let's have you talk, just like I'm talking now. I'm using channel 4, but there is no signal at all. So the first thing is to activate my PFL. And once you do that, you start noticing that there is signal on your mix meter. So once you have the signal on your meter, it depends on the quality of the microphone. And some will give you reasonable level of reading. Some you need to boost them up. So like the mic I'm using presently, I want to boost it up to have it as audible as possible to the level of maybe 0, because the frequency response we are looking at is plus or minus 3. So I want to try as much as possible to push it to maybe 0, so that at the course of the program, when the vocalist shouts, they will not exceed plus 3, and when he's more relaxed, it will be between minus 3 to 0. Then you have a little bit of control and you are not having distortion. on that particular channel. So the best thing to do is to tell your vocal to speak at a relaxed mode that is convenient for him or her. Then push the signal to around zero, or maybe a little lower than zero, maybe -2. Then I usually do this. It's not the regular practice, but at times I'll tell my vocal to speak or shout at the voice of his tone. Then I can see, okay, if peradventure you want to scream or something, maybe I'm still very much okay. So once I do this, I repeat that for each of the channel, and I make sure that I follow through even before bringing my volume slider up at all. This will allow me to have a reasonable level of signal flow into my mix, and I will have control. One thing you want to try as much as possible when you're doing this is not to push to the level of the red. We all know what red means. Red most of the time signify danger. So if you push to maybe around +9, and along the line the groove is going, everybody is into the groove, and they start shouting, screaming, you constantly hitting the red, and what you will have is pure distortion. So what I'm having presently is not good, so I would like to bring it down to around maybe -3, or maybe a little bit higher than -3, so that once I am fully into the groove and I started screaming, or I need to stress my voice a little bit, I can push up to around +3. Then I'm still very good with my mix. So gain staging is this simple but very crucial, very important in your mix, to have sanity in your mix, to have reasonable level of control as the sound engineer. I want you to understand that as the sound engineer, you are in control, and whatsoever the outcome on the stage will be, will be determined by what you do with your mix. So the best way to get your gain stage structure proper is to put it around ±3 and repeat such for everything. Then after that, you can now release your volume slider to see the level at which you can have it within the premises. So that is the best way I can explain gain staging to you. I hope you learned 1 or 2 things from this, and if you have learned 1 or 2 things, please, I want you to subscribe, share your comment on the comment section, share, and I'll see you in our next video. All right, thank you for watching. See you later. Bye.